Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You've got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
Welcome, guys. Scotty Bonin with you.
We are
The Blood Brothers.
And
Me.
You said,
who's me? Me.
And the Rob.
yeah. Man. Oh, I like that, Rob. That was sexy.
Been dreaming just one dream nearly all your life.
Where'd that come
that's
from?
the song Me from
Oh, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast that Gaston sings.
You said horror. Horror.
You guys got
Horror.
to do less cutesy musicals at the theater.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to be involved usually ever, but we just get sucked in by the tip of the penis.
Yep.
Sucked in.
Ooh. My goodness.
That's the sound of Rob getting UTDBJ from the Grudge Girl. No! If you guys listen to the pre-show, you know what we were talking about. Anyways, let's which you can listen to the pre-show if you're a Patreon member at the $5 level or above. So go to patreon.com/cultclassichorror and check us out.
We'll even, if you do that, we'll even draw straws and let somebody have a cameo in our movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Now we might do like a Kickstarter, or what is that? What would it be called? Yeah, the Kickstarter for once we get farther along in that process. We'll see.
That's how Rob Zombie gets all his crap made too.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Maybe we could do it.
Well, we can do it without the Kickstarter, but it would help. All right, let's do this.
Let's do it to it.
Hannibal Clarice.
Hannibal 2001. Yes.
Hannibal Lecter. I saw some hate for this movie in the group and online, but I enjoyed it.
I remember seeing it when it first came out in 2001.
I sort of like it.
Everything kind of came back to me. It was good.
I know Rob's going to say he hates it. He hates everything.
The end was especially the best part.
I liked this movie.
Oh, nice.
Jonathan Brendel even was like,
I saw
Rob's
that.
going to tear this movie up. It's like,
I saw that comment.
it's not the greatest movie, but it's still good. I liked it.
Let me plea my case here. I like it because in Silence of the Lambs, all we know of Hannibal Lecter is him sitting behind a cage, and he finally does get himself out at the very end. Mm-hmm. But that's all you see. You just see him behind the cage. I mean, you do see him fuck some shit up when they're holding him in the museum, and he gets away, right? So we get a glimpse of him there, and I loved that. What I like about Hannibal is he's just on the loose, and so we get to see how thrifty, clever, and brutal or dangerous he can actually be. But then I am a little disappointed when they kidnap him so easily, when they pick him up. So I think it's going really well up until that point, because you almost feel like he's invincible. He's too smart. It's almost like a Mission Impossible movie or something of the like, where you're like, oh, Tom Cruise knows what's happening at every corner, and he's not going to, they already know, or like James Bond. So it's almost like Hannibal Lecter is this super mastermind that is one step ahead of them at every point in the game, and then all of a sudden he just gets zapped. And
oh man, I was like, no wait,
fuck. I was like, no, that didn't just.
I was like, that's a different person.
He leads you to believe that he wouldn't. The only reason that's happening is maybe because he's letting it happen. That's how perfect he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm upset when it happens because I love how they drew him, how they portrayed him up until that point.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, he even like he was hiding from Clarice, Julianne Moore, and he was even on the carousel and like swiped her hair and all the guys, and she was being followed. And then when they got him, I'm like, that can't be him. It's someone else that looks like him. And they got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wait, it is him. Fuck.
By the way, I also hate DirecTV as much as I hate CenturyLink.
Why?
Although it might have been CenturyLink's fault because I hate
HBO
HBO too now. First of all, I fucking have the HBO channel. I pay the cable for HBO. And Hannibal is on HBO. And Scotty watched it
I watched
streaming on HBO.
I have HBO Now on my phone.
And so I go
And it was free.
to watch it on my TV, and there's no on-demand viewings, only scheduled showings from HBO that I could record if I wanted to. So I had to pay to watch it. How fucking stupid is that?
Bullshit.
Why would they give you access?
Yeah.
You just pay for HBO Now, which is the streaming one, and you can watch it on demand. And I pay for the channel monthly, and I don't even get it on demand.
It should be the same thing.
So stupid.
What are you paying a month for?
I don't even know. It's in the
like
bundle.
like $13 or something. Yeah,
yeah. That's
$12.
fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah, that is weird. And I didn't have any glitches. I didn't have any buffering problems.
Oh, so that was my whole point. Is that
too.
I tried to watch it all last night, but then it was buffering nonstop, and so I had to just stop and wait till today to watch it.
Fucking bullshit.
Till it was all downloaded.
God. Well, at least we all got through it. Actually, now that I'm on here, I can actually tell you what the real Hannibal Lecter was based on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Thomas Harris, based Hannibal Lecter was based on an actual doctor in Mexico, a surgeon by the name of Alfredo Bali Trevino, who was convicted of murdering and then chopping up his gay lover. I guess Harris met Trevino in the early 1960s at Topo Chico Penitentiary in Mexico while working on a story.
Sounds like a nightclub penitentiary.
Yeah, Topo Chico Penitentiary.
Where they serve mango margaritas.
Yeah, well, yeah, they probably did.
I can picture Rob there in like rolled up jeans jorts and like a Hawaiian shirt, but with like a babe? What do they call those? Where you
where you tie your shirt
and you take the bottom and you pull it up through the neck, and so it's like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You gotta look sporty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do that. I was like a kid, like try to like, hey mom, look, and that's when I you know.
And he of course had no pants or underwear.
Yeah,
on.
of course.
And he was tucked.
Of course
I was tucked. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta look good.
you gotta look really good. So yeah,
have me, I'd have me hard. Who posted
all
that?
Night long.
Someone posted that that's what they did for the TV edit for Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So Harris would only refer to the surgeon by the fake name Dr. Salazar, and Harris had gone to Mexico to interview him, and I guess he was serving a life sentence there. And I guess his gay lover, he cut him up and put him in a very small boxes, and separated them all nicely and stuff. So I guess that's how he got the idea for Hannibal Lecter. I don't know if he ate anyone though. I guess that must have been added in there.
He cut up Gary Oldman's face.
God, Gary Oldman.
He did it to himself.
Simmons.
Yeah. See, he shouldn't even have gotten in trouble for that.
No. Yeah, he didn't technically do anything.
Yeah. Guess not.
When I first saw this, I never knew that was Gary Oldman.
I didn't either.
Yeah, till I rewatched it. And I still didn't know until about 15 minutes into the movie. I was like, wasn't Gary Oldman in this? Oh, I didn't know until the flashback, till it showed the flashback.
But is the flashback Gary Oldman?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
It looks like someone
still,
else.
like Gary Oldman's like the master of disguise. Even the flashback, it just doesn't.
It looks like him, sort of.
It does, but Gary Oldman looks different in every movie that he's in.
Oh, yeah. Gary Oldman is one of the very few actors that is someone completely different in whatever movie he's in. He's not completely different in every single movie, but when the part calls for it, he's just totally different. You know, when you see Tom Cruise, it's like sort of always Tom Cruise. Like when you see The Rock, it's sort of always The Rock.
Yeah.
But like Gary Oldman, Daniel Day-Lewis, they're just like completely different people.
Yeah. Meryl Streep you could put in there for like the ladies.
Yeah.
But he was good. I did not, even when it first started, I'm like, who's playing Mason Verger, the Verger guy? Like, and I had to look it up. I'm like, oh, it's Gary Oldman. But you can hear his voice when he's talking. Like, okay, yeah.
He does such a good job of like keeping his mouth like moist.
Oh God, licking his lips and smacking his lips when he needs a straw. Oh God,
Cordell,
could you bring me the remote, please?
He's got a sweet setup.
Yeah, he does. He's got like 5 27-inch TV monitors.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the only one to lived. He was a surviving victim. I guess they originally offered the part to Christopher Reeve based on his work as a wheelchair bound.
He was already paralyzed.
I mean, they did it based on his work as a wheelchair bound police officer in Above Suspicion in 1995. But Reeve showed initial interest in the role, but ultimately declined upon realizing that Verger was a quadriplegic. Facially disfigured child rapist. So yeah, he didn't want to do that. So the part was
I'm just really not feeling this.
I guess so. He did have that small speech about being a child rapist, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because then he said, "I can tell you because I have immunity."
That's why he was so crazy with the flashback with Hannibal Lecter, because he was in love with like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I just don't really recall exactly what he said about raping children specifically.
Yeah. But that was it. Then they went to Gary Oldman second, and he accepted it. So
Cordell, bring me the lube, and put on a rubber glove this time.
Sir, I don't know. Does that mean you're staying, or that you don't want to stay, or whatever he said?
I can't get hard, but I can still watch what you're doing.
He almost had like the lip smacks that the Joker had in Dark Knight that Heath Ledger. Yeah,
you could tell on the close-ups that you could sort of see his real lip underneath the top.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I'm like, you can see the prosthetics over his real lip.
I mean, maybe that's how it would really be. A little like tough outer scar tissue over the real lip. I don't know, but just sort of see it.
Yeah. Did it bother you guys that that Jodie Foster wasn't playing Clarice?
I mean,
or was it okay?
It kind of did.
I was like, what the fuck?
They just exchanged one unattractive Hollywood female for another one. So
Julianne Moore's
whatever.
Okay. Jodie Foster's
You know what? Jodie Foster was a little better than I remember her being as far as attractiveness goes in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. I was But you're right.
Still not my top. But I do think that they are both very similar actresses because I think they both pulled off the part really well. They both had that slight. Jodie Foster had a little bit more of an accent, but I can see both of them being the tough FBI girl. You know, they didn't change. At least they didn't change her with like Meg Ryan or I don't know, someone more girly.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I guess they went to. She turned it down. Jodie Foster turned it down, and in '97 on the Larry King Show, she said she would definitely be a part of it. But then she turned it down in '99 because her main excuse was she was filming another film. But then she didn't like the way that Clarice was portrayed in this because she thought the character in Hannibal portrayed the character in Silence of the Lambs, but she ultimately said she was filming a different movie.
Well, we talked about that last episode. Her and Demi didn't want to be on board because they just didn't like the turn the story took. They didn't like the way that Harris wrote it.
Yeah.
So. Well, I think they read the book too, and the ending in this is different than the book.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. In the book, isn't it in the book that like she does run away with him?
Really?
Yeah. And Ridley Scott didn't like that, I guess.
Ridley Scott's a hack.
Why do you think that? Why is that a thing now?
Well, no. So
since when is Ridley Scott a hack? Who decided that?
Ridley Scott?
Yeah. When did that?
Scott decided he was a hack.
Oh my God, Rob is just out of control.
Aliens, Gladiator.
Rob just hates everybody. He's like a cranky old lady sitting in the corner, like, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
I don't like
cranky old man.
Get off my lawn, out of you and your technology. I'll never text. Get out of here.
What's Facebook?
Stupid Prometheus wasn't that bad, but damn it, I paid
Covenant was
full
good.
ticket price to go watch Covenant. Okay?
It was good.
It's not good. You just like Michael Fassbender.
Who doesn't
who's
like
an
Michael
actor as well.
Fassbender? You don't like Fassbender? Oh my god! I don't think we can continue doing a podcast with this man.
What about Aliens?
I'll take Ted Hardy over Fassbender.
He doesn't like anybody. He doesn't
Ridley
like
Scott,
anybody.
Aliens.
Ridley Scott did Aliens. No, he didn't. James Cameron did. Ridley Scott did
Alien. Sorry,
Alien. Was
Alien.
fine.
Alien.
was fine.
And Aliens was better.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think
Ridley Scott, to me, I don't really care for the new Aliens so much, but to each your own. But that was the biggest letdown for me in this movie was when I found out that she does have this in the book, like all the flirtation and all that and everything.
Yeah.
And like to me, that would have been just a crazy, awesome ending. I mean, it's over now, like, cause everything after this, they did come out with Red Dragon, I think, either later.
Yeah.
And then
Red
they came out with
Dragon's a
like,
prequel,
Red
right?
Dragon was 2002, yeah.
which
so
was a
right
prequel,
after.
right? Which is a redo of Manhunter.
so this is like really the end of Hannibal's story.
Well, they have Hannibal
like-
Rising, but it doesn't have Hopkins, it doesn't have Julianne Moore.
What is that a prequel? Hannibal Rising?
Yeah. Hannibal Rising is like the adventures of young Hannibal.
Really? Have you seen it?
I think I watched it when it first came out, but I honestly don't remember anything about it.
Well, you know
Like,
what? I've been told by my good buddy Taylor Morgan, who I have to say his name this time because last time I just said this dude from acting class. But he is my good buddy Taylor Morgan, who I have to thank for even ever recommending me to watch Bone Tomahawk because that's the only reason I watched
the one.
it. Said that the Hannibal series that's now on Amazon Prime is fucking brutal.
Really?
Like super brutal.
Yeah.
Like really good.
I've seen people talking about it. It does look really good. But for me, the story of Hannibal going on, future, like after this, it's over. It's done. So it's like, why don't I just, like it would have been so cool if they would have just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's he going to do now? I mean,
Well, she's over. I mean, like for the most part,
you think
like
she's done?
she's not going to go to jail or anything, but she's getting in a lot of trouble. Like,
Yeah, but
like
you don't think this sort
like
of
her
like
career at the FBI probably is over.
you don't think they
And
take her back on after this?
Maybe, but I don't think she's like going to be in the field.
Yeah,
And her
well-
whole job is she's been obsessed with Hannibal ever since, the academy and everything else. And it's kind of like that speech he gives her, more or less like, I'm your purpose.
Yeah.
I just thought it would have been cool. I just really thought that would have been.
Yeah.
I think that's why Harris wrote it that way.
Yeah. I mean, they're supposed to become lovers, and then Scott said he could see it at Hannibal Lecter's point of view, how he's in love with her, but he couldn't see Starling in love with him. So yes,
I sort of agree because just the way that we were let down a little bit by Anthony Hopkins getting taken, because I think he's way too smart to be taken like that. I think that the way they portray Clarice, at least in the movie, she's such a moralist that she would never go with him.
And she, part of that though, she like saves him from being killed by the crazy huge pigs, and then they escape, and then she gets shot, and then he carries her out of there. That's like, I saw some interaction going on there. I'm like, oh, okay, they like will do anything for each other.
Well,
but Thomas Harris, Scott asked him if he was married to his ending, and Harris said that he was not. So then Ridley Scott ultimately changed it.
I like Cordell pushing in the old guy.
Oh yeah, what did Hopkins say? What did Lecter say?
Cordell.
He's like, push him in, and push him in.
Nobody would. Yeah, it's like you should always tell him that I did it.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you push him in, Cordell? You can always tell him I did it.
Yeah, that's what he said. Okay.
And then he
My
does.
thing is I haven't read the book. I do want to read the book actually because I would like to say that. But see, there's a part of me, I like Julianne Moore, but there's also like a part of me that's like, well, in the Silence of the Lambs movies, she kind of sees his point of view, and then also in this movie she does too. So I just think they changed it for the ending, because I mean, there's a part of the whole thing. It's like at the end of Silence of the Lambs, are you scared? She goes, no, he'd never come for me. He would consider that rude.
Yeah.
And they set it up all along in this movie that he doesn't do anything for the fun of it. Like he kills Inspector, whatever, because he was cornered. He was cornered, and everybody told, Clusa and Keto. But I mean, like everything in this movie,
Pazzi, Allegra Pazzi.
He doesn't seem to have a. He doesn't seem to be like attacking anybody. He's cornered and he kills Inspector Pazzi. Yeah. He gets captured and he doesn't even kill Oldman. Cordell does. He saves Clarice. He attacks her boss because he's trying to submarine her. Like everything he does is in defense of himself or Clarice. So you can see how they paced it that way.
Yeah.
And then they made her. There were certain parts in the movie to where she was just obnoxiously moral.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? And she kind of came off a little wimpy.
That's
then, like,
probably why Jodie Foster was thinking too.
You're not going to catch Hannibal.
No.
So it's like Hannibal let them catch him as a means to get Clarice. Before it's just kind of like, and then the ending is
could be,
and then the other part about it is too he cuts his own hand off.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's crazy. It's a really kind of crazy ending, but you figured the FBI would have put out an APB on a one-armed, middle-aged, balding like Anthony. He would have never made it on that plane.
Yeah,
he would have been caught. It would have been over. So the ending is almost him surviving cutting off his own hand and then disappearing into the shadows again. It still doesn't. It makes to me kind of like even less sense. It would have made more sense if they would have ran away together because they're both smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
I think the Asian kid at the end should have been like, oh, is that brain? I eat brain all the time back home.
Yeah.
I eat brain.
I take brain.
I eat dog brain. Yeah, his name is Inspector Ronaldo Pazzi.
Dr. Jones.
Pazzi.
Indy. Dr. Jones.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on Indiana Jones. Someone did a meme. God damn it, I should have found it. Who was that? I forgot who it was. I should re-look it up. It just said that. Had him and it had him going, Indy?
Yeah, I guess.
It's for Silence. See, where's those memes at? We looked at Horror Halftime, and I swear to God, we're missing some memes here.
I think we are because I thought there was more Silence of the Lamb memes that you're showing right now. Because I checked on it.
What the frick? Most recent horror. I think I'm searching it right here. I mean,
maybe they're not all populating correctly.
Oh, I think it just populated again. Okay, here it is. It was Dave Forbes. I think it was. Hold on. Yeah. I don't always eat liver, but when I do, it's with a nice can't indie.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, fucking love it. I love that one. That's probably my favorite one, but I know you won a couple times, Dave, so we do have a different winner, but we'll announce that when it gets here.
When we get there.
So I got to refresh it a couple times because it did come in now. He's got a Bieber meme here too. Yeah, there's good effort by Dave Forbes.
Forbes is good on the memes.
Loving the memes.
Ted Levine there too. I see it. Oh God.
Would you do me? The Rob would.
The Rob would. You're damn right. You would. A young Ted Levine.
Yeah. See, I don't know why that happens. I had to refresh it. And there, Lance Dale's popped up. With Robert De Niro. Oh, yeah, these are funny. All right. Sorry. We can get back to it.
Anyways, I
got to move my truck real quick.
What?
Yep, I got to move my truck.
All right.
You go move your truck. You go move your truck.
We'll just keep going. I'll spit some facts here.
All right.
So Anthony Hopkins had really no say in who they would cast as Clarice, but Ridley Scott consulted him about what actress he would consider, and Hopkins recommended Julianne Moore, with whom he had worked on Surviving Picasso. But also, including Julianne Moore, they had other characters that they had in mind for Clarice, and I'm getting there right now. Sorry. They had Claire Danes was in the other one. They had Kate Blanchett they were looking at, Angelina Jolie, Gillian Anderson, Hilary Swank, Ashley Judd, Helen Hunt, and then, of course, Julianne Moore. So they went with Julianne Moore. And
there's some different ages there.
Yeah, there is. Hunt would have been okay, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know about Angelina Jolie. Ashley Judd, possibly. Yeah, Judd would probably pull it off.
I mean, they probably all could have done it. They're all good actresses.
And Jodie Foster was doing her own project, the movie Flora Plum with Claire Danes. So that was her excuse. But yeah. And then Hopkins came back. De Laurentiis came and actually found Ridley Scott on the Gladiator set.
Dino De Laurentiis wanted to be part of this now. He did. Yeah. He wanted nothing to do with Silence of the Lambs after the failure of Manhunter. But obviously,
he saw how good Silence of the Lambs did.
Obviously, that's what happened. And now I wonder if he had to, if he still owned the Hannibal rights after Silence of the Lambs, or what happened with that. Maybe he still did, and
because he did Manhunter, De Laurentiis, and then he didn't do Silence of the Lambs because he gave Orion Pictures, the Lecter character.
Yeah, so he must have taken it back or still owned it or whatever, and wanted to do Hannibal.
Actually, here I just read this. So after De Laurentiis finally received a call from Harris telling him he had finished the sequel to Silence of the Lambs, and then De Laurentiis purchased the rights for it. For a record $10 million.
Whoa! So I guess
so he kind of repurchased the rights.
Harris just contacted him first, probably
instead of
whoever else or
Orion. Well, not Orion Pictures. I guess. Yeah, Orion Pictures.
Well, Orion might have been gone by then, but who knows?
But yeah, so he kind of reclaimed it, and then and it took Harris like 7 to 8 years to write the script, I guess.
To write the book.
Yeah, to write the book, and then adapt it into the screenplay.
Well, he didn't write the script, did he?
No, he so he wrote the book, and then someone else wrote the script. Who was it? It was David Marmot and Stephen Zellian.
So De Laurentiis wanted back in on this one.
And Martha and his wife, Martha. So he went to Ridley Scott because Demi wouldn't direct it. Yeah. Jonathan Demme. So he went Ridley Scott was filming Gladiator in Malta, and De Laurentiis happened to be at the Malta film studio down the street from where they were filming. So Ridley Scott went down there and talked to him, just like catch up. And then De Laurentiis was like, Ridley Scott could direct Hannibal. So then he went to the Gladiator set the next day and asked Ridley Scott if he would do it. I guess Ridley Scott thought it was based on the old historical Hannibal, like the Roman days, and like I'm doing a Roman movie now, I'm not going to do another one right after it. And then he read it over and over again, and like, oh wait, this is from Silence of the Lambs, blah blah blah. And then Ridley Scott ultimately accepted it.
Ridley Scott can't be a total hack if he did Gladiator. That movie fucking rocked.
Oh yeah.
You like Gladiator? You
Russell
didn't
Crowe
like Gladiator.
12.
It's okay.
I will not listen to any more opinions of Rob ever again. Ever.
Gladiator was like what? It won Best Picture, I think, and
Gladiator was fucking amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's awesome.
Joaquin Phoenix.
It was all right.
It was good.
I remember watching it when that came out. That was like 2000, I think.
It was in middle school or something.
Yeah. It was in 2000, so we were just starting high school. I remember watching it in theaters. Yeah, so he accepted it, and then they went to work on it, and then they released Hannibal 1 year after Gladiator, and it was a big success. Hannibal, I mean, it didn't do as good as Gladiator, but it did better than Silence of the Lambs, I think. Hannibal did.
Really?
Yeah, Hannibal, the budget on it was, I guess we can do that right now. The budget on it was, God, where the hell? I'm in too many Wikipedia pages here. Oh yeah, $87 million was the budget, and they did $352 million box office.
$87 million. Damn, that sounds like a lot of money for what I just watched.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I guess it's all the traveling, and I don't really know. I guess they had a car chase gunshot scene where people died.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or what?
Why'd you have to move your truck, Rob?
because the panda has to get out.
Oh, those damn
You blocked her in.
single car driveways.
Blocked her
Yeah,
in.
exactly. Yeah, we don't have a 6-car driveway here like some other people.
I don't have a 6-car driveway. I used to have a single. My old house. You'd have to do that shit all the time. Move back out.
I had to go park my baby in the grass like I'm ashamed of her.
In the grass.
Yep.
You park in the grass.
Yeah.
Doesn't it kill your grass?
Yeah.
I don't care about my grass. This is a rental. It's not my grass. It's my landlord's grass.
All right. No pride in ownership.
I don't own it.
No common decency for the landlord.
Well, I mean, she doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
So
If she does, the check got lost in the mail. Wasn't my fault this time.
Oh my
goodness
God!
sakes.
Fucking check.
I just butt peed all over the inside of my jeans.
Oh God!
Yep,
I can smell it from here,
Bloosh.
leaking down your leg.
That means it's time for the horror halftime.
Horror halftime.
Yes. And as we said before, we do have a horror freak of the week.
Yes.
And that horror freak of the week is Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith for his meme, Hannibal turned into the most interesting man. Actually, it wasn't Hannibal. It was Buffalo Bill turned into the most interesting man in the world. Check it out. It's on Twitter.
Ted Levine.
And so, Ryan, shoot us a message. You can direct message us on Twitter if that's the only place you're at. Or if you're on Facebook, you can message the page there, too. I just don't check Twitter as much. But shoot us a DM, and we will get you taken care of. I think this is your first time. See what gear we can get you.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. Awesome memes, though, by everyone else. Dave Forbes, Lansdale, Dave Martin, Tide had some good ones.
Yeah, there was some really good ones.
I did send Ty his Jeffrey Dahmer canvas, so hopefully he hangs it right above his bed to keep him keep him company at night.
Jeffrey Dahmer liked them boys. So
yeah, he would definitely take pleasure in a frail, small framed, soft skinned tie.
Yeah. Oh God, Ty, don't get bad dreams about that. Sorry.
So get your memes in next week. What do we say we're gonna do? Ravenous, and then we're gonna end with Bone Tomahawk.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not.
Ravenous.
Ravenous is next. Not the fucking Ravenous that's on Netflix right now. The original Ravenous.
Guy Pearce,
whose
Robert
name
Carlyle.
got jacked. Obviously,
A lot of movies. That happens with a lot of movies, it seems like
the
these days.
original Ravenous, Guy Pearce, Robert Carlyle. Watch it if you haven't. It's awesome. And then
Yes.
Bone Tomahawk, and that will for now conclude our Cannibal series.
The 1999 Ravenous.
Yes. Is that what it was? 99?
Yeah, it was.
Then we will be moving along to who knows. We'll figure it out. So that concludes the horror halftime.
Yes. Sorry, Bob. So I was going to say, so Hopkins generally accepted to reprise the role, but he said it only if the script was really good. So he liked the script. He was surprised by the book and thought it was really overreaching and bizarre, but he accepted the part. And 10 years later, I guess it was 10 years later because Silence of the Lambs was 91. He just said he had no difficulty moving back into Lecter's mind. He just learned the lines and showed up, walked around as Hannibal Lecter. And he asked himself, do I repeat that same performance or do I vary it? So he did a little experiment and did a little bit of both. So I thought he did pretty good.
Yeah, I think I still don't understand how anyone else could play that part.
I know.
Sean Connery.
I mean, Brian Cox was pretty good, but he's so old now.
Cox was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess him and Hopkins are probably relatively the same age, though.
Yeah. He could be. Well, no.
Yeah, I'd probably rather have Anthony Hopkins back as Lecter than Jodie Foster back as Starling.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
Yeah, you can't replace.
If you had to pick
Hannibal.
one.
You can't replace Hannibal. You can. You can replace Starling, but you cannot replace Hannibal.
No.
Yeah, there's no question about it. So, yeah, he killed it. He did awesome. And
Ray Liotta. Poor guy got his brain, got his head
Ray
cut
Liotta.
off.
Yeah, but Ray Liotta plays a dirtbag.
He does play a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Oh, he was good in this.
Oh, you don't hate Ray Liotta too?
No, I love Ray Liotta.
Someone made the cut.
As Paul Krendler.
He's so, I don't know, like in Goodfellas, he was completely different. That's where, of course, everybody, at least me, I love Ray Liotta. But in this, those little reading glasses perched on his nose, and he's just such a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Like he's just such an awful, awful person. But he comes off halfway likable. Yeah. He just, because it's Ray Liotta. But like deep down inside, like he's just a terrible human being.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome.
God, he plays tennis. He rides his cycle. He has a lake house. God.
I know you get paid that much in the Justice Department.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. I just like that whole the hint between him and Gary Oldman. The how much? 5. Well, say it was some respect for it. He's got his little tennis ball. $500,000.
Yep.
Thank you. Like,
say it with some decency. Oh, that sounded too much like Connery. Say it with some decency.
Clarice. Oh, I just read here that Jennifer Connelly, Cameron Diaz, Julia Louis-Dreyfus were also a part of the choice of Clarice.
Indy. Well, they had to pick her then because I don't see anybody else doing it.
Did you say Juliette Lewis?
Yeah, or no, Juliet. Where is it? Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Juliette Lewis for some reason.
And then
that would have been awful.
Yeah. Helen Hunt too.
So, are you Hannibal Lecter?
Oh God!
Oh my God! I'm so. Oh my God! I don't know if that's how she is in every role.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anthony Hopkins was paid $20 million for his work on this film.
Wow.
Bastard.
Wow.
No, I love him. He deserved it. I guess he was furious when Jodie Foster didn't accept the part. I'd be furious too. Yeah. She missed out, man.
Yeah, she did.
She would have got a big payday too.
What has she even done much after?
Ever since Silence of the Lambs, I mean, yeah, Contact was awful though.
I never really watched that. I just remember her on the cover.
Yeah,
she did a couple of things, but nothing like this.
Did she do? She did that one, the Brave one or something. Was that her?
Yeah, but that was like 2000. Right. That was like 2004.
Yeah, that one was okay. I think it was a little later than 2004.
Yeah, it came out right alongside Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. That movie is insanely good.
So you like Kevin Bacon?
Oh, of course you gotta like Bacon, man. God. I even like that dark. Was it the darkness that he did?
Yeah, that one was pretty bad.
We talked about like a Poltergeist ripoff, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster was in Elysium with Matt Damon.
Oh,
and
Matt Damon,
the Beaver with Mel Gibson.
Matt Damon. Elysium was pretty good, actually. I did like that. That was sort of cool. I liked his little bodysuit he had.
Yeah. Oh, and then that also had another guy who I really like. The South African Charlito Copley or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
He played the bad guy in Elysium.
Yeah.
He's always crazy. He was in District. He was in District 9.
District 9. I do love District 9. I need to watch it.
That's a really good movie. He plays the main actor in District 9.
The main actor?
Yep.
Oh, I just don't know his name, but I like him a lot.
Yeah, it's like Charlito or he's a bad guy. In Elysium, he plays.
I don't remember that.
He got big. He put on a lot of weight, and he has the beard. He's the main military bad guy in Elysium who's just screaming all the time. He's just off the wall crazy.
Yeah. District 9 is like you think it's going to be this cheesy alien movie, but then like it just becomes epic at the end, especially.
Charlito Copley? No, that's not it.
That's not it? That's what Rob said.
Oh, is it? Let's see.
Let me see his picture.
It's Charlto or Charlito.
Is he? He's a white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was he in?
He got real big in Elysium. He was in District 9, Elysium.
Oh, yeah. I see him here.
He was in Open Grave, which was really good.
Which I sort of forgot that movie already, even though I did watch it.
Yeah, but no, he's just got that crazy thick accent. But he was also in that that gamer movie that was all filmed in first person.
Oh, Hardcore Henry?
Yes.
I haven't watched that yet. It's on my queue.
Yep, he plays Hardcore Henry's like sidekick or whatever.
Okay.
He's awesome.
I gotta watch that. It's on my queue. It's on my queue.
Yep, I recognize him now. Yep.
Anyways.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hannibal did it for me. I thought it was pretty good. I might watch Red Dragon just because I haven't seen it in a while, but we don't need to cover it since we sort of Manhunter already. But yeah, there was some good effects. I love the hanging from the window, dropping the bowels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his bowels dropping.
Awesome.
That's pretty brutal.
Would you like your bowels in or out?
Yeah, in or out. Don't do it. And then the one slit throat cut.
Yeah. Gary Oldman's part is just so memorable. I mean, I remember I hadn't seen this movie for years and years, and right when I sort of forgot even really what was even in the movie.
Verger.
And I forgot about Verger. I forgot about all that. And then right when it started and I saw that character on screen, it all came back. I was like, oh, yeah, this guy. I was like, yeah, I can definitely recall that. Like, it's such an iconic performance or whatever that he did.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many good parts of this movie, and I understand why a lot of people don't like it, because it's not Silence of the Lambs. And honestly, you're just not going to recreate Silence of the Lambs. It's just not going to happen. But Hannibal Lecter was Hannibal Lecter. He crushed it. He killed it. He was awesome. I really liked bringing Barney back. I like Julian Moore. Like I said, the only problems with the movie is they're just some like little finicky little potholes. Like Hannibal wouldn't have gotten caught.
Yeah.
Hannibal, unless he really wanted to. Like, I liked Mason Verger's character, but I really wanted Hannibal to kill. Like, there's just certain things that just kind of were buildups that were just letdowns. Like, to me, it would have been nice to have seen Lecter, like Verger's chair has been disabled, and just to have Lecter crawl up from the pit. Yeah, and just take him out,
just eat his face off,
tear his face off.
You could just have like an epic shot of, like, Predator and Prey, like Verger's stuck, but Hannibal's coming, this unstoppable force. And then like the whole thing with like Clarice, like she got shot in the shoulder and winged, and she was okay until she just passes out. It's just, there's just some little things that just didn't work, but as a whole, it's a good movie. Yeah. I mean, it really finishes off. I would still say Manhunter is better than Red Dragon. So, I mean, if you really watch these movies in chronological order, how they were made and how they work, Hannibal fits perfect. It works really, really well. Yeah. But it could have been a lot better.
I think that it's just a lot of people are disappointed as far as from Silence of the Lambs, because they're just two totally different vibing movies. Like Silence of the Lambs, it probably is more of an attention grabber or edge of your seat, because they're really against the clock the whole time. That girl's gonna die, and it's more of uncovering clues as we go. So it really does keep you on the edge of your seat. You're trying to guess along with them, like, where is he? What's going on? Yeah, and things.
Yeah, this movie doesn't have a sense of urgency about it at all.
This one more or less like stalling. Our Julianne Moore, she gets screwed by that first crime because she kills the lady with the baby. Her career's going downhill, and she's trying to revive it again by finding Hannibal Lecter on the most wanted list, like now going after him again. And if she gets him, then maybe her career will get back in set again, because she was the one that got him before. So it's like, okay, but he's out there in London doing his thing, and he's killing people, but there's no urgency of finding him.
It's just that Silence of the Lambs is basically a perfectly written script. It's like everything is revealing itself at the right time. It's keeping you in suspense. It reveals some things, but you still don't know everything until the end, And so, yeah, you switch to Hannibal, which is sort of the story moves on. But, yeah, exactly like you were saying. There's no the same urgency is not there. I think they do some more things with the effects and the sort of the quote unquote fun and games portion of the movie. They were able to do more in Hannibal than with Silence of the Lambs, but you don't really notice it that there's not too much stuff going on effect wise in Silence of the Lambs because you're wondering about this mystery the whole time. So
Yeah.
just two different movies. Like one keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's probably a better, more well written script. And you could tell that Harris probably went for the money grab on Hannibal and wanted to get something out there.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean it's horrible. It's not bad. It's just like it's not a bad movie. It's just not like an extraordinary written script like Silence of the Lambs was.
Yeah.
So
yeah, totally.
that's sort of what I'm. And I guess I shouldn't say there isn't effects in Silence of the Lambs because the whole cage scene in the museum and the elevator shit is all pretty brutal. So
Yeah.
And that is like just it's epic. I mean, like there are like certain scenes in movies, in any movie that you remember. And Silence of the Lambs, I've seen it so many times, but you always remember that guy spread out like an angel up there, and it's just that whole movie with Silence of the Lambs. Some people may not consider it a super intense movie, but like what Danny was saying, there's a sense of urgency in everybody's lines.
Yeah.
Like Clarice is trying to figure it out. Hannibal has a little twinge of urgency as he's starting to figure out how this is, this is his whole big plan. Then you have like the evil psychiatrist who's like trying to make a name for himself. And there's just this pacing in this movie that's just go, go, go. That movie could be 3 hours long and I could watch that movie and it feels like it's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this movie, I wished if they were going to have some urgency with Clarice's character, but it was just so tiny. She was captured or Hannibal was there was really no urgency in this movie. Even the whole, she's called the cops, they're on their way. Hannibal has no urgency at all. He just, it's a very slow, methodical movie toward an end that just wasn't very satisfying.
Yeah. The only urgency that he has is when she cuffs him and her ponytail's in the fridge. It's like, I'm kind of short on time here. And
and that was an awesome scene. He slams her and he closes the fridge, and
I think the end of the movie was my favorite part for sure.
Yeah, he snaps the handle right off. Like it really kind of shows how strong he is, but how patient.
Yeah, he's so calm and ready, and like doesn't care. And it's funny. I don't know if you guys saw this, but behind her head there was a book that said "Vegetarian Times." And that's at Ray Liotta's house. So it's like, well, he just ate his own brain. And that's kind of what you like. I remember seeing this movie when it first came out, and the part where Ray Liotta gets scalped and you see his brain. I'm like, okay, I remember this part. I think that's the part that sticks out because it's the most gruesome because they cook his brain and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, it all kind of came to fruition. I'm like, I remember this now a little bit better because that's the part that sticks out. Is just like they wait to the very end until it builds up. And then, of course, he escapes again and running free and find out that he's the one that cut off his hand. But it is kind of slow paced a little bit because there's not a lot of urgency in the middle or the beginning of it, So
yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, I was reading some other facts here. So just like three more things, then I'm done with the facts. So Mace Verger's mansion is actually the Baltimore estate in Asheville, North Carolina. Julianne Moore is afraid of cows, so she said her scene with the cows scared her more than anything else.
Afraid of cows?
In the entire movie.
Who's afraid of cows?
I'm like raising my hand. I'm terrified of cows.
What the fuck? What's wrong? Why?
I was nearly attacked and mauled by a cow.
No.
Really?
As a child at a petting zoo.
What?
And I've never gotten over it.
What happened?
And I was at a petting zoo and they had the cows there, with like the ranch type fence, like the split rail fence. Mm-hmm. And the cow head was down there eating, and he moved its head over, and it didn't bite me, but like it wrapped its giant lips around my ankle and scared the living shit out of me.
So he was just like giving you a little love suck on the ankle.
Probably, but that was it. I was done. I don't trust cows, man. They're too big.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's crazy.
God.
Yeah, that's funny.
I thought you said
cows.
Scotty said he wants a pet cow.
I want a pet cow because no one gives him credit.
Yeah, you can have that shit.
I just want one pet cow in my backyard, just so he can just live a long life. And
you're gonna eat all your grass and shit everywhere.
Yeah, I know. It'd be really expensive to take care of him.
When we used to go to the cow pastures to find certain things in the cow pastures to party, like I was on high alert all the time because
cows in Florida.
We got just nothing but cows in Florida.
Oh,
it's just
okay. I wasn't sure.
They just sit there so still and
there's a lot of cows here too,
and they just lay in wait. They're like, I just don't trust cows.
Yeah.
They're the size. There's a size of like a Volkswagen.
They can step on you, man, and you crush you.
They're mean.
Okay, well.
And one last thing, according to interview with producer Martha De Laurentiis, Gary Oldman demanded to share star billing alongside Hopkins and Julianne Moore. When the producers denied him of this, he threatened to quit the film, but later angrily demanded to have no billing at all.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Who?
Gary Oldman.
Oh, really?
Demanded to share star billing alongside Hopkins and Moore. But then the producers denied him, and he threatened to quit, but later demanded to have no billing at all. So I guess, what did it say? On the theatrical release, Oldman is uncredited, but the VH and DVD, his name's added to the closing credits.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
But just so, I guess, Dino De Laurentiis announced Oldman's involvement at a press conference just so he couldn't deny that he was in the movie. But
that's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Crazy.
It's because you can't tell it's him. You wanted everyone to know it's him. Probably.
Yeah. He's still
Cordell. I want top billing. Anyways,
film.
Well, yeah, that wraps up Hannibal. I think.
Yeah, that was good. It was good.
Good move. Can we just?
I need to get my little Tupperware of brains now. Eat some.
Can we just talk about Brawl in Cell Block 99?
Brawl in Cell Block 9. No,
Scotty finally watched.
We got to talk about when we move on to our movie portion.
What? We are. We've now moved on to the movie.
So Hannibal is wrapped up.
Yeah. So
good stuff.
Scotty watched.
I watched Brawl in Cell Block 99, and it was fucking amazing. I just love. I love the old 1970s prosthetic look, and that's what they went for. That's what Craig Craig Zoller went for. But
yeah, I mean,
but
mainly with the final scene.
Just mainly the final scene. But let's just talk about Vince Vaughn's performance.
I will never look at Vince Vaughn the same ever again. Ever.
He was so freaking good in it. It was just so brutal.
I mean, you agree, right, Rob?
I mean, I thought it was okay.
You said it was good.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. Vince Vaughn killed it. I really liked the soundtrack. I really liked the story. I thought it was a kind of a basic kind of story for the most part, but the acting and the little twists and little turns.
Yeah.
And even if you guess it, because me and my wife kind of guessed it toward, basically we guessed it by the time he really got on Don Johnson's nerves, and you're like, this is going to turn out to be this way or whatever. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because that last 10 minutes of the movie, you don't care.
No.
Just like, you don't care. And that last part, like, Savannah had like kind of tears in her eyes toward the end, because I mean, it is such an epic movie.
It is.
It is so good. And Jennifer Carpenter is awesome in that movie.
Yeah. She does look like she's about to die, but she is awesome.
But that's her look.
That's how she's supposed to look.
Her look.
Jennifer Carpenter.
Don Johnson, for the little bit that he was in that movie, Don Johnson was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and Vince Vaughn had some very. Vince Vaughn is the best to me because he's the straight guy, but he's always funny because he's so big. And when he gets too stupid and slapsticky, he's not. But there is some one-liners in this movie. That whole, well, you better tell him to use his left arm.
Yeah.
Like, he delivers these lines that you're just like, he's so intimidating, but it's so fun.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy is awesome. This character is so cool.
You can tell he does an amazing job. And like I said, I didn't know Vince Vaughn had this side to him.
Yeah.
But
he's mean-ass guy.
You could tell a couple times that when he says one or two of his lines, that he's only a millisecond away from going into like one of his comedic rants that he's in any other movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he keeps straight. He keeps straight.
It's so good.
I just loved how he beat the shit out of that car, and forever his fists are forever like bloodied. And throughout the whole movie, he has bandages over his fists, but he keeps punching people and doesn't show any pain ever.
Yeah.
No pain, like ever. And it's like, oh my
he's
God.
awesome.
And like, just he's so big. He's like 6'5", and when he's getting attacked, like nothing hurts him. You know.
It's so awesome. Such a good movie.
Like-
and he plays it off well to where it's not like he's superhuman. It's just like he's so zoned in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's like a robot almost. Like he zones in on what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's the way his characters are several scenes in it to where like a switch just got flipped. Like
Yeah.
he knows what he has to do, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no stopping him. That's it. And it's just it's awesome. It's so good.
My favorite part is when he beats up the Asian karate guy. I shouldn't say anything, but because usually like the Asian karate guys like get the better of you, and he just, oh my God,
He's got some skills
you guys
in
gotta
this.
see it.
He's
Yeah,
got some movement.
He trained as a boxer for 3 months prior, and you were saying he put like 15 pounds of muscle on, right?
Yeah.
And he said that helped with the choreography fighting.
Well, I'm sure.
But yeah, you guys got to see it. Brawl and
Yeah.
Stillbuck 99.
So, did you watch anything else?
I watched Dead Man's Chest. No, Dead Man Tell No
that
Tales.
doesn't count.
Pirates. I finished it up, so I'm done now.
Although Javier Bardem does pretty good.
Yeah, Javier Bardem's good in it.
I like him
for
a
sure.
lot in anything.
Yeah, but
Although I haven't seen Mother.
that's it.
so
I just
don't
saw
know.
Brawl and Cellblock and
But
the
I
Lost
mean,
Pirates.
No Country for Old Men. You just can't. You can't argue with.
Oh
that.
yeah, he was.
That's another movie that's ending is just like that character is similar to Vince Vaughn. Like he's just there's no negotiating with him.
No. Nope.
Like
Nope.
I remember the end of that movie and toward the end I'm like, cool man. Like all this bad stuff happened, but you kind of like everything settles down and then he just shows up.
Yeah.
And if I can remember, they tried to reason with him for like a split second, but just looking at him,
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Yeah, I sort of forgot how it ends. He like comes to the guy's house or something, or
Yeah, like he's waiting for him at the house or whatever.
oh yeah,
And it's not just the guy. I think it's like the guy and his wife.
Yeah, and
or
he kills him.
or it's like the woman. And there's like this whole moment where you're like, well, he's not going to kill a woman, but then you're like, nope.
he is.
Like he's just his whole character. He's just like, no, like there's no getting around. But that movie was so good because like Bardem doesn't have any speeches or anything.
No.
He's just like,
He's just
No.
mean.
yeah, he's just this. That's kind of like the thing I get on about like the Rob Zombie's Halloween, but like he's just a force.
Yeah,
Like I don't even think he has a name in that movie. Like he's just like the angel of death. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing getting past him. And
so
it's
good.
just so good.
What's his weapon? He has like that pole that he shoots
it's an
it.
air cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he
air
uses it
cannon.
to blow. He uses it to blow the locks out of
That's
the doors.
right. Oh god, man.
It reminds me of another movie that I really want to watch. That's there's two movies. It's Hell or High Water.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
I want to watch
Pretty
that.
good.
Was it pretty good?
Yeah,
I heard
I
it
just
looks-
did last week.
It looks
Roland's in it?
No, it's Chris Pine and
Oh yeah, and
Ben Foster.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, sorry,
Pretty good.
Rob. I cut you off.
It looks awesome.
It was
But
good.
the guy that did that, he also did Hell or High Water. He did No Country for Old Men, and there's one that I really want to see called like Prisoners.
Was that Coen
and it's-
Brothers?
No,
No.
They're kind of like Coen Brothers type movies, but Prisoners is the one with not Jared Leto.
Is that
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Is that Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman's about some kids that get kidnapped.
I've seen that.
I haven't watched that.
That one's good.
I
when did
really
you see
want to
that?
check.
I just watched it at my house a couple of years ago, like a few years back. It was
I don't
good.
know if it was that long ago.
2013.
Okay.
It looks
Fun
really.
fact
really
about
good.
No Country for Old Men: absolutely no music or soundtrack in it whatsoever.
Well, there's like
And
sound
Robert
effects,
Duvall
but
is
there's
such a
no
badass.
music in it. Yeah,
I mean, I guess sound effects, but no
yeah.
But there's no score.
score, no soundtrack, nothing.
And this guy that this S. Craig Zoller, he's reminding me a lot of these 2 or 3 guys that have wrote a lot of these movies, like Prisoners, No Country for Old Men, Hell or High Water, because there may be a score, but it goes away. Like there's no build up to the action, like Bone Tomahawk.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and that's even
No
more
Country
intense.
is Cohen. Ethan Cohen is,
is
the
it?
Cohen brothers. Yeah.
Okay, well maybe
So I don't know if Hell High or High Water was the Cohen brothers.
they were involved. I think in it because Jeff Bridges is in it.
Yeah.
They may have produced it or something like that.
I'm looking real quick.
It's these 2 guys, they're writers that have done a lot of stuff.
Well, it wasn't them for that, but maybe they had something to do with it. I don't know.
Hell or High Water
Taylor
just
Sheridan.
looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It was
I'll
pretty
have to
good.
watch it.
It was it was good. It was pretty good.
Filmed in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, did you watch anything then, Rob?
I
Besides
haven't watched
Cell Block.
Cell Block 99 was like the big one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, this Taylor Sheridan guy. I'm sorry, he did Sicario,
Yeah.
Hell or High Water, and he's doing there's a whole bunch of other ones that are kind of around him. Yeah, he was involved in Prisoners too, but no, I didn't really get a chance to watch anything. Honestly, I've been working like crazy, but Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
was
all
like
I needed
icing
to watch.
on the cake. It was awesome.
God, he just fucks shit up, man.
I watched the newest Cabin Fever.
Oh yeah, the absolute reboot.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Which makes no sense. It was worse than the original one.
Wasn't the
was
original
great.
one made like not even that long ago?
Yeah, it was made. The original Cabin Fever was made in 2002.
So I mean, now they just done another one. 20. So I guess 16 years, but still, that's just weird to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a shot for shot like remake with worse actors.
I just don't remember the original one at all. So
I remember the original Cabin Fever. It's like that.
It's like a flesh-eating
disease that goes
And
around.
So yeah, I watched this one a couple days ago, and
Why would they use the same name?
It was pretty rough. It was some of the acting was. You know what? The lead kids weren't super horrible, but God, the weird shop owner, townspeople and stuff, they were bad.
Yeah,
they were really bad.
The first one was good. They actually had better actors in it.
Eli
It
Roth
was just as gruesome.
This one too.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Eli Roth decided to do it. He was like, I'm just going to completely reboot. This movie is what made his career. Like
Why
Cabin
would he
Fever is
reboot
what-
it?
Yeah, I
I
don't
got
know.
no
I don't
idea.
understand. It even looked a little low budget. Like the production
worse.
value wasn't that great on it.
The first one was kind of gritty and really cool. And
Yeah, I remember the first one was good.
Yeah, I need to
this
rewatch the
one
first
just
one.
didn't have much to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually watched it by accident because I was like, oh, cool, Cabin Fever. I haven't seen that in a while. And then I'm like, no, this isn't what I wanted to watch.
Isn't it? Yeah, so I watched that. I think that's all I watched. And I think that's it. I started to watch this movie called like 2307 Winter's Dream. It was fucking horrible. It's like new on Netflix, and it's some post-apocalyptic snowed over Arizona where they have humanoids. I watched about 5 minutes of it, and then as I was watching it, I was like, this looks like a sci-fi channel movie, but worse. And then I started reading the reviews on IMDb, and they were all like horrible production value. I just turned it off.
Really?
Right then. I was
Shit.
and then I switched to Cabin Fever. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yep.
Because the idea sounds super cool, and some of the images, it's like frozen over Arizona, post-apocalyptic, people living underground. You're like, that's badass. But then all of a sudden, no.
Not good.
So yeah.
Good stuff.
I think that wraps her up.
Can't wait for Ravenous.
Ravenous next week. Definitely check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/cultclassichorror. We got some goodies there for you if you're willing to share the love with us, donate some money and help us do this and keep you guys entertained. Thanks to everyone participating in Horror Halftime. Thanks to the patrons. I think Lance Dale I think he is now a new patron just this last week. So I want to give a shout out to you, Lance Dale.
Lance, awesome.
Keep it coming, guys. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin, at the Rob O'Neill CCH podcast, or the Rob O'Neill 1986. It's Rob O'Neill. Is there an underscore in one of those?
There's an underscore in the Instagram one. Underscore CCH podcast.
The Rob O'Neill underscore CCH podcast, or the Rob.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You got it right.
Got it. All right. Follow us at CC Horror on Twitter, Cult Classic Horror, and everything else. And that's it. Clarice. So,
Cordell.
Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you guys next week.
Later, guys.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies? Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.